Hello there. So, welcome to 2003, and this is Windows codename Longhorn, aka Windows Vista early versions. So, this is build number 4053, and it was one of the first ones to feature this sidebar, which is a little odd, I know, but it was very, 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 very cool back then. I wouldn't say like, wow, holy shit, what a game changer, but it had something that was never seen before in Windows, which was the multi-desktop. So you could switch between workstations with a click, and that took a lot of time to become a thing in Windows. Because as you guys know, Longhorn was wiped, so they scratched it all and started over from Windows 2003. Windows Server 2003 is the main source, because initially it was going to be based off Windows XP and Windows 2000, but that did not quite work for a lot of reasons. One of them being the fact that it was a RAM hog, not like Vista was not a RAM hog, because it also was such a RAM hog, but it was worse. I'll show you right now. Take a look at that. It's taking half of my RAM, so I got 1 gig set for this VM, and it's using half. So now let's go back to 2003, and now tell me how many of your friends had more than 256 megabytes of RAM or 512 back in 2003. Dude, you know, it was very, very heavy, because the 1 gig was not a standard, and 1 gig's the bare minimum to run Longhorn decently, because 512 is just a no-go, as you can see. It's using that already from idle. So yeah, impossible. 1 gig was the bare minimum. So there's this little problem. But other than that, it's a pretty cool build to look at and see like what's so different between that and XP, and what's new, what's not new. And there's not quite a lot new, to be honest, because it was very early. It was not one of the first ones, but it was one of the first with the dock, with the side dock, one of the first that works on VMware, because some got like broken ISO, so you got to swap the install things. It takes a lot of work, so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna go through that. Let's just get one that works, and that's one that kind of works. I wouldn't say it's perfect, because as you can see, it's taking a lot of RAM, you know, so it's kind of fucked up, because you know, 500 megabytes for idle is a lot. It's really worrisome for a Windows XP based version, but still, let's see what's new. So the only new thing is the bar and the music layout, which was carried over to Vista later on. This design scheme, so it looks kind of weird at them early builds, because it's a mix of Vista-ish builds and non-Vista-ish builds. So it kind of looks weird as fuck, you know? It's like, I don't know. It's like a guy wearing a tuxedo and a sports short and like, I don't know, soccer boots. You know, it's kind of weird. It's way off. It feels off, you know? You can tell it's a beta. It screams beta all over the place because of that. But as you can see, like, other than this interface and the graphical glitches, which are many, as you can see, it's pretty much XP still. There's documents and my documents. Pointless. Even though I know there's a difference, because documents is the documents folder for all the users, and my documents is the folder for just a single user. But still, why? You know, It doesn't make sense. Let's close that. Let's close that. Games. Let's see what we can play. Look at that. The game interface is also different. That's the first time I actually care enough to open the games thingy, and yes, it looks way better than Windows XP games thingy, because it was barely a interface. It was just this tab, as you can see. That's from XP. Yeah, let's try and play a game. How about this one? See, works wonderfully well. Oh shit, I forgot how to. Come on, why is it not working? Okay, maybe that. Oh yeah, it does work, so we can. No, why? Oh, it has to be a different color. Oh, there you go. So we gotta find a 5 now. So there's 3. Now it works. So here's a 2. Doesn't work because of the colors. But here we got a black 2. So 10, 8. We gotta see. Oh, there's 9. Cool, but it's not black. Oh, there you go. 9. Now we need a black 8. Anyway, that's not the point here. As you can see, gaming does work pretty damn well, and it has a pretty IRL interface. It's not fully transparent, but as you can see, it has a very I don't know how to call that, but it's almost transparent. It's a fake transparency. I don't know, and there's a sort of glow which I find pretty odd. Ugly. To better word that. To better word my thoughts. Ugly. But yeah, generally it looks a lot like Vista on the upper part, and the lower part's not quite Vista. For them Explorer windows, as you can see right there. See? Vista. Nope. XP. Vista, XP. It was a mix. And as you can see, XP logo was still, was still there. The start menu was, they got rid of the start name, start text, but the logo was still from XP, and it wasn't changed to the round one with the logo inside, which was which happened later on at Vista Beta final, based off Windows Server 2003, which is not the case here. It's based off Windows XP still. But as you can see, the system's pretty fast. It just flows nicely. As you can see, we open stuff, it just responds quickly, even though it glitches out a little bit, but it's very, very responsive. I haven't had it crash yet, surprisingly, because like the first Longhorn I installed, it crashed like in 5 minutes. Took me 5 minutes to get to crash the system, but it doesn't seem to be the case right here. As you can see, it just works, and it works pretty damn well. I wouldn't say enough to be usable as your own OS, because it's time bombed, so you have to change the date, the BIOS date, to October 23rd, 2003, because if you don't, it's not going to install. It's just not going to work. It might install, but it won't let you in, so it will just get rid of the files, the important files, and the system won't boot, because it's time bombed. So if you go past, I think it's 12 months past October 23. So October 23rd, 2004, boom, goodbye. It's a time bomb. So yeah, you have to be careful about that, and don't always forget to change the BIOS date to 2003. But once you do that, it just works, installs normally, no issues. You don't have to install VMware tools. It already lets you go 1080p, and it works pretty damn smoothly, although still showing up them issues with Control Alt, which makes sense given there's no VMware tools, but like it's usable. I would say extremely usable, and very, very, very smooth, as you can see. Might be better with more RAM. Pretty sure about that. As you can see, we opened a few things, and it's pretty much at 600 megabytes now. So if you had like half a gig back then, it wouldn't be able to run that at all. Maybe with the standard. Let me try that. The team the standard one, which is Windows Classic. Maybe that lowers the RAM. 10 megabytes, nice. So that was the difference. Let's see Windows XP. Okay, that's Slate, which was ported over to Vista, and that's XP. So it's holy shit. So he uses more RAM, and the taskbar doesn't change, still black, and then you got the black windows. All right, I'll take that. Let's go back to Slate. Slate's kind of cool, you know, but as you can see, it's pretty much XP still. It's XP with steroids. I would say that on steroids, I mean, and with this, I would say Montana, a landscape. It reminds me of Montana, but still. I think that's it for today, my dudes. If you guys want the ISO file and guidance on like how to install, make it work, and have some fun with it, don't forget to comment down below. I'm gonna be pretty damn happy to help you guys with that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. It was very fun to get Longhorn to work. Took quite some time though. Like the install takes a lot of time. It's a little sluggish and requires a few workarounds, like BIOS date and a few more things. But it does work, which is the point. As long as it works, it doesn't matter. It's pretty rewarding, you know. But that's it. Goodbye, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. Now let's